Guys, Sinaye finally ended things with Z. Not as per ending things, but he set his boundaries right and he had told her they remained friends. But this biggest house is filled with deceit, is filled with envy, is filled with jealousy, gossip, name it. Well, in a place where you have diverse personalities, you have people coming together to stay, what do you expect? Gossip. What else do you expect? They don't have much to do apart from the task or when they are partying. So when two or three persons gather together, it's mostly normal. It's just to talk about. And there you can't attest to having a friend because once you reveal from your mouth to another person's ears, before you know it, it's pressed down to the whole house. Guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking about two things. First is the Sinaye and the Zee situationship. Then another one is Lerato and Els talking about Liema. I would just want to concentrate on Lerato, who acts like a mentor to Liema. Honestly, I would say that whatever Liema did then, it was even Lerato. I remember when someone told me, said she wishes Liema would not even listen to Lerato because it was Lerato that was telling her, fight for your men, fight for your men, fight, don't allow them to take your men, do this one, fight, blah, 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 blah. Men of how many days? So, guys, coming to Sinaye and Z, of course, we are all aware of what has been existing, the triangle. The Sinaye having a girlfriend of over how many years? Zee, Sinaye, young puppy. At times you see the triangle is uneventful. Like what I mean is we don't hear chaos, we don't hear issues. Z is swinging between the two guys. At a time, Papi was even like claiming that his Sinaye is the one running after Z, while Z is the one running after him. There was nothing that was not said. At the time, Z would say she likes men who are men, not the one who behaves like boys. Like indirectly, they were indirectly. And one thing to another, Fahima came into the picture. And I think that was when the whole thing, Z and Fahima were in good times. And knowing that Sinaye was dealing with Fahima, she became, but I don't think Sinaye wanted anything serious in the house. Now, Liema was out of the picture, or is out of the picture because they are like siblings. And Liema said it herself, is this brother, while with Jerry it is. So, but the Sinaye's ship kept on. At the time, he was graduating from what we thought was just normal friendship. They start getting a bit closer, getting to know themselves, started enjoying their company, spending time together. I wouldn't say Papi wasn't finding it funny because he was still moving around gossiping. Then sometimes you find Z will go and sleep with Papi and they'll have their shenanigans. Not until when they had a dinner date and Mpumi actually did a great work. Then we all thought, wow, everything is okay. The pool party was, before you know it, the ship sank, capsized. So now you guys know this their love week. You guys saw the thing between them. Not until that very day that Sinaye was crowned king and she was crowned queen. Then that evening they had this fun gameplay and they kind of like made up again because it was a sort of reconciliation because housemates had to move around and talk about each housemate or give them back or have one kind of thing with them, and we felt it was back. So we've been thinking, oh, Z left him, she prefers Papi more, they are more this, but coming to these things, there is something I want to say here, talking about comparing the two. It's just like Liema and Jared. It's just of lately now that you can see them sit down, have conversation, talk about things, just generally. Anytime they are together, it's always lovey-dovey. And anytime Papi and Z are together, he's always on bed. That's just what you'll be hearing. That is why they are number one for this microphone infringement. They are number one. But Sinaye, you can really have mature conversation with him. So guys, Els came and met Sinaye. In fact, they were just all there. Sinaye was in the room. Z and the rest of them were seated at the other end. So Sinaye, Els went. Some of these housemates, they just want to get info, then they will go ahead to talk. Els met Sinaye and was asking him about what really happened. Was the thing with. So that was when Sinaye gave her the lowdown. He started by saying there is no ill feelings, there is no problem, but he just told her he doesn't want anything serious anymore. He doesn't want them. He just wants them to remain as friends. And he went ahead to explain that Z is a kind of person that likes the men she can control, like men who are submissive to her, and he is not that type of guy that will be submissive like that to a woman. So like both of them, there's always going to be issues. So that is why he decided to remove himself from anything deep, but they are cool. They just remain as friends. And he mentioned that when Fahima was in the house, that was when the whole. So S went ahead to ask him about Fahima. He now said, well, if Fahima was still in the house, maybe it would have been another thing because they were actually getting closer. And people have been applauding Sinaye because Sinaye is one person that can sit down, give you listening ear, and you guys can have a very mature conversation. He's very good at that. If you're talking about effective communication, good quality conversation, Sinaye is that kind of person that will give you listening ear and he will still contribute effectively to that conversation. So he went ahead to say he doesn't really want to see himself in anything that will kind of mess up what he has outside the house, but they still have to play the game. So it seems Els went and told Mpumi, this house, they always like gossiping and I don't know. It's just that the show is a reality TV show that people love watching. If not, there are so many I don't know. I don't know what to say. People can because it's just all about gossip. I think the next time they should try and get more things so that the housemates can really they can engage them. Probably they can watch movies. They can do other things. At least that will, or give them books to read. Give them tasks like on a daily basis. That should reduce the time they give into all this gossip and backbiting and the rest of them. So it seems Els told Mpumi, and Mpumi has already gone to give Zee the whole lowdown. So invariably, Sinaye has removed himself from all those young Papi, and the young Papi, I don't know if I would say young Papi behaves childish, kind of. So that is that for the Sinaye situation. There is nothing like Sinaye situation again. Everybody should the Z should play her game the way she wants to. She's always with young Papi. They're always shenanigans. They always. Sometimes I wonder how parents see like Els coming out of the bedroom with Jared. I wonder what parents. Well, I don't wonder how the parents take all these things because I think the only thing that can save anyone is if they win the show and the money covers. But coming out. The house is just filled with gossip. That's, since Pale was put off for eviction, she has not really been flowing with Mpumi. You can see her talking with Liema now, and she's just like feeling one kind of weird. And yesterday the housemates gathered together talking about eggs. So Mpumi and Makeke came out and demonstrated. Pale was just like talking about it, seeing her behind her. So guys, that's that for Sinaye ship. So they are no longer together. And housemates will always come. And anytime you see Sinaye, they talk about Z, they talk about I don't blame them because they don't have any other thing that is distracting them. Because if you were in the outside world, maybe you go to work like sometimes now, maybe we're at work, we don't even have time to even look for where to watch this show, not to talk of creating content. When you're at work, you're just focused at work. You don't even, who do you have time to gossip with or talk about things with? So Now, coming to Lerato's case, I told you guys that they were punished earlier for some violations of rule. Okay. So, I think Lerato's own was to cut the grass like they are doing with Els. So they were just seated out there and they were just talking about something else. Then Lerato was the one that puts it to Els that, what does she feel about Liema not going home? I think she said it up to like 3 times because like Els was just really involved in what she was saying. She said it like 3 times. That was when Els now said, that well, she's really strong. Oh, if she's her, she wouldn't have done that. She would have gone home. But she said her family said there's no point for her coming and all that. Then Lerato was like, no, that she's supposed to leave, blah, 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 blah. But this Lerato heard her grandmother hadn't been buried before she came. She even just abandoned her grandmother's burial before coming into Biggie's house. Now, let's look at it. Okay, apart from the fact that Liema's grandmother, she was raised by her grandmother, so she's just like her mom. She's just like the person that she knows. There are persons that live abroad, live far away from where they are, and they lose loved ones. They don't even come back. And I know that yes, Biggie's house, but let's say by next month they should be out of that house. If they really want to say, okay, let's wait for Liema to come out. Liema is not the first or is not a main offspring of that grandma. So like they wouldn't say, oh, if we don't see Liema, we are not going to bury grandma. Or even if they say, oh, she's so close to grandma, she has to see grandma's, before remains before they lay her to rest. She can still be in the morgue. And she's doing it for the family. The family still needs the money. Okay, imagine she leaves, probably she has potential to win or whatever, or to get some other things, even if she doesn't emerge the winner. Okay, if she comes out, what will she be doing? It's not just to stay at home. Of course, grandma's remains will be in the morgue until she's finally ready to rest. So the family telling her, no, just focus on what you're doing. And you don't say, okay, even if it's a child writing the final exams, you see, at times they don't even tell them. Some persons may even delay telling the person. There are people who are like that. But maybe in a case where they feel that because it's a blood relative, it might actually be disturbing the person. They feel like, oh, let them tell. So the person will be having nightmares or some kind of feelings. So, but what I'm saying is, why would Lerato? That means indirectly you are jealous of her. Is that what you're trying to say? And of course, Els would do. Els doesn't just like Liema at all. Everything they do is pretense, and I don't know the reason. So that is why their own game plan is just to scatter whatever thing they feel they have. Lerato, you act like Liema'S, you guys, whether she said they're from the same district or what stopped you from going to Liema? I believe she must have condoned with her, what stopped you from going to Liema and having a sister-sister relationship? Because even her reaction yesterday when Liema went upstairs, she didn't even like ask Liema, she was now asking Ghost if he had. Everything is all about her man. Everything she's just protecting Ghost. Ghost that even values Yolanda more. It's just that the occasion hasn't really surfaced. And you see them gossip, they say everything. They talk about Yolanda's skin. That's why I said the house is filled with lots and lots of things. You don't have anybody to call a friend. Imagine Makeke that had a good relationship with Yolanda. Just because of a little misunderstanding, you've said a lot of things about her. Even body shaming her. It's wrong. So in that house, nobody is to be trusted because, yeah, in life, you don't need to compete with anybody. Just do your own thing. Work at your own pace. You don't need to compete. Do anything you know you can do. As your strength can carry. You're not impressing anybody. You're not some persons may not still win the money, but they will come out and meet in the space of 3 months, they will recover that 2 million. Some housemates are like that. Somebody like Mile, people may just be looking at her. You may be surprised that once Mile comes out of that house, people might just pick her up like, this one is this and this one did this. Yeah. So I don't think there's no point for competition. There's no point for what are they competing for? But as long as that house is now, we know that yes, they are competing for the money. But you don't have to say you're competing for the money, then you now backbite. You now make people feel I don't know. Besides this house, there's another life outside the house. You will not end up putting connections, good, strong quality connections you guys would have formed or built in the house at the expense of what? Yes, it's a competition. Everybody should play a fair and a fine game without stepping on people's toes, without making the others feel. I just felt Lerato. I feel very bad. I just felt Lerato should have approached Liema and asked her, "What happened? You're still in what your decision to stay, or then if you have anything to say, you say. And then let her tell you what she feels. There are diverse personalities there. No two persons behave same. That is why most times I hate comparing individuals, because just like Z and Liema, sometimes people compare Z to Liema, compare this person to this person, Yolanda. If you check their individual personalities now, you may see. So you don't compare two persons because they may not be sharing the same personality traits. Even if you're a mom, you know that your kids don't have the same personality. So you don't expect that the way the first daughter behaves should be the way the second daughter, not to talk of people that are not of the same parents. So I feel very bad about what Lerato did. Being somebody that has always like shown Liema that she's there for her, I felt she should have like called her, have instead of involving else when she knows that all these ones don't may not really have something good to say about Liema. So guys, that's just it. I don't know what you guys feel. I don't know what you guys feel. So for now, just know that Zee and Sinaye are just casual friends. No more, nothing serious again happening, and that's just it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a lovely evening. Bye.